Hello everybody. In this video I'm going to be talking about cause and effect, and I've touched on this topic before, but this time I want to touch it again. I want to talk about it again because um, I feel like I found out something about it. Like, for instance, when we ask a person, why do you do something, right? Like, let's say, I don't know, you're studying. Why are you studying? And the person says, oh, so I can pass my test, right? Seems pretty standard response. But what they're actually talking about is the effect, not the cause. And why is supposed to give me as an answer to the question why. It's supposed to give me a reason, a cause. That is to say something before the action. So what you're actually supposed to answer is because I haven't studied, or because I haven't gone to classes this week, or something like that, right? Why are you studying? Because I haven't gone to classes. But you see how it's very common to use so, to use the effect, like, why are you studying? So I can pass the test, right? This was very interesting to me because I was making the contrast with Spanish. And in Spanish, when you ask por qué estás estudiando, right, you will actually give a porque no he estudiado, because I haven't studied, right? As opposed to, like, in English, the so, the effect, right? As in saying, like, ¿por qué estás estudiando? Why are you studying? So I can pass the test, para que pueda pasar el examen, right? In this case, para qué is like the so, and porque is the because, right? So I was like, why do we do that in English? Why do we answer a why question with so, right? Like, why are you here? So I can see you, right? Instead of because I've missed you, or whatever, right? So it focuses on the effect in English, right? And then I was like, well, like, what does this mean? Because, for example, there are moments when I was teaching this in class, and I was like, okay, we have a cause and we have an effect, right? The cause leads to the effect. And I know that there are causes that come, there are causes that were effects, right? And there are effects that will become causes, right? Like a domino effect, because it's all like a chain. So each effect is a cause, and each cause is an effect, right? Of the one before it or the one after it, and so on. But then, like, I was teaching this, and I was like, okay, well, to find out the, like, let's say we have a why question. Why do you play video games? And the person can say, well, because I want to have fun, right? Like, that's the cause. I want to have fun, so I play video games. But then for so, right, for the effect, um, like, students will also write, so I can have fun, right? And I was like, how does that work out? Because, it makes sense, but it's the same thing, right? It's so I can have fun because I want to have fun. And I'm like, then I'm lost, right? Like, where's the cause? Where's the effect, right? So what I ended up doing here in this case, yeah, the cause and the effect are the same story. Um, and what I ended up doing was asking ChatGPT. So basically, the answer it gave me was that it comes down to being like more than a linear chain, like a circle, right? Especially with this cause and effect. So let's say you want to play video games so you can have fun, right, in the future. And in this case, that's the purpose, right? You say, or even studying, like, I'm going to study so I can pass the test, right? Like, that's the purpose, right? And then if you say, why are you playing video games? Because I want to have fun, right? So you're basing yourself off the reason why you're going to play video games. And I guess it's like a circle, right? Like, you play video games to have fun, and the way you have fun is playing video games. You play video games to have fun, and the way you have fun is by playing video games, right? So it's kind of like a circle, right? It's circular reasoning. So I found that to be very interesting. Yeah, like here it says, I play video games because I want to have fun. I want to have fun, so I play video games, right? And in this case, it says cause and effect are the same thing, but the order changes, I guess. And you can say it like it changes in the syntax of the sentence. So it says you can an analogy to understand this. It's like a gift, right? And ChatGPT is basically has been giving me this analogy of gifts, right? Because there's like something on the surface, which is the gift wrap, and then there's the actual gift inside of it, right? So it says, imagine a gift box, right? Because tells you what's inside of it, the cause, right? This is a gift because it has something special inside, right? And so in this case tells you why the box was given, right? The effect. It has something special inside, so I gave it to you, right? And I guess this is kind of like making reference to that chain effect, right? Okay, now I also wanted to talk about something else here, which is the idea of, like, I have an example that is actually gonna lead me to another topic, but just a brief topic, which is stories are good because they have families in them, right? So basically, if your story has a family in it, it's guaranteed to be a success, right? And look at this next time you see like a good movie or a good series, or think about good movies, good series that you've watched, and they will have a family in it, right? Like either some type of family or a dysfunctional family or something. I'll give you some examples like Dark, Romeo and Juliet, right? With the whole family conflict. Malcolm in the Middle. Breaking Bad has like a family at its core central of the story. Succession, right? Which was a big hit. Family Guy is a family. The Simpsons has a family, right? Like Speak No Evil, this movie I just recently watched, is also kind of like a family. Mythology, like with Kronos as the father, Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon as the sons, right? Also a family dynamic. And lately I've been hearing I want to watch them, but because I've never watched a single movie by Wes Anderson, but they say he's a good director, Wes Anderson. And then I checked out his Wikipedia page, and he says he talks about like 3 topics. I forget the first 2, but the third one was dysfunctional families, right? So I think this is a narrative trope that you can use, and success is almost guaranteed when you use families in them. Why? Because anyone can identify with families, right? Like you have a family, you had a family or whatever, and you can identify with families, right? So it makes it very useful, or I guess easy, for people to just basically relate to the story more if it has like family elements, right? Because I think if you try to appeal to specific crowds with specific tastes, it's harder. And plus, it's not that you won't be as successful as trying to, of course, reach most people, right? And how do you reach most people? Well, with like common topics, right? Like family, money, right? Betrayal, love, right? Love's a huge one too. Okay, so it says stories like Dark, Malcolm in the Middle, or Breaking Bad are powerful because they focus on families. They focus on families, so we connect with them deeply, right? Which is this idea. That so is kind of interesting because I've never really thought about of it like that. Like, why do you do this? So, like I'm more focused on the reasons, I guess, and that's in a way focusing on the past. But if you do try to focus on the future, I guess you're gonna be using more of this so, right? So that's kind of interesting. So it's like for every reason, find the effect, right? Find the for what, right? Like the so answer. And yeah, that's basically it. So I'm gonna make another video in Spanish talking about creativity and originality, and if there's a difference and what that difference is. So be on the lookout for the next video, and that's all I got for this one. So I'll see you in the next one. All right, peace.